So this last one is going to be us trying to find an actual value. All right. So maybe we wanted to figure out where we finally hit like 20 feet or 50 feet or somewhere like that. All right. So in order to be able to do this, we're going to go back to our equation, y equals. We're going to keep this one in here. I'm going to drop down, and I want it to be equal, my second equation, my second line, to be equal to the height that we're going to be looking at. So maybe I wanted it to be 40 feet. I want to figure out when does this ball or when does this object reach 40 feet in the air. I'm going to go back to my graph, and you're going to see a line get drawn. All right. So now you can see that this ball gets shot up in the air, or this object gets shot up in the air, hits 40 feet, reaches that maximum, that vertex, and it's eventually going to hit that 40 feet back again on its way down. Now we can find both of these values. We can find both of these times. We're going to do that again by going to that calculate option. All right, so I'm going to press second. I'm going to go to my calculate option. And what I need to do now is I'm going to come down to option number 5. So remember, the 0 is finding my x-intercepts. The maximum or the minimum is going to be helping us find our vertex. This right here is going to help us find those intersection points. So I'm going to go ahead and either scroll down to option number 5, or you can just press number 5. So I'm going to press that. Now, it's going to ask us, are you on your first curve? Well, yes, I am. I'm on my first equation, my quadratic. Now, if I wanted to find this one, I need to move my cursor to the left and get close to that intersection point. I'm going to say right here. I'm going to press enter. It's going to jump to the second curve. All right, and it should be close, hopefully, to that intersection point. If it isn't, move it. Press enter. The next part is going to say guess. Well, my guess, you can move the cursor once again, and I think maybe that's where the intersection point is. And there's my first intersection point. So that means that about 0.52 seconds, it finally hit an initial height of 40 feet. Now we're going to find the other one. Remember, it's going to hit 40 feet on its way up, hit its high point, and come back down. So we're going to try and find that second one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press second, press calc. I'm going to come down to option number 5, or like I said earlier, you can just press 5. Now, it's going to ask me, are you on your first curve? Well, yeah, I'm going to be on that first curve. I'm on that quadratic. I'm going to scroll over. Remember, you got to go left or right in order to be able to scroll. Can't go up or down. So I'm going to scroll over to this right side, and I'm going to say that that intersection point is right about there. When I press enter, it's going to jump to my second curve, and you can see that it's on the red line. And if you wanted to move left and right, you can see that I'm on there. All right, I'm going to press enter. It's going to make me put in a guess, and I think my intersection point is there. Press enter. It's about 4.79 seconds. So that means it took about 0.5 seconds to hit 40 feet on its way up, hit the high point, come back down. It took about 4.79 seconds to reach at that next 40 feet on its way down. So that's how you find intersection points, and that's how you can find these heights. Now remember, in order to be able to do that, you have to have your quadratic in here, and you have to have what your quadratic wants to be equal to, the height that you want to be equal to. You got to have both of these in there, so when you graph it, you can see both of those. And the most important piece is finding this window to begin with.